New Meta Muse code changes everything. Today, I'm going to show you Meta's brand new AI coding tool. It writes code all by itself for hours while you walk away. This is Meta's first real coding agent, and it's got a wild twist. It's fast, it's smart, and it could hand you business hours back every single week. Stick with me because I'll show you exactly how it works, and I'll show you exactly how I'd put it to work growing a business like mine. So here's the big news. Meta just quietly killed off their old AI called Llama, and in its place, they built something brand new called Muse code. Now, if you know Meta from Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, you know their AI was always called Llama. It was free, it was everywhere, but that's done now. Back in April, Meta swapped Llama out for a new model line called Muse Spark. Then they built a whole new team just for it called Meta Superintelligence Labs, run by a guy named Alexander Wang. And they've been moving fast. Muse Spark came out in April. Then Muse Spark 1.1 came in July. And now in August, we got Muse Spark 1.2 plus the big one, Muse Code. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian, Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. So what is Muse Code exactly? It's simple. It's a coding tool that lives right in your terminal. Now, don't worry if that word scares you. A terminal is just a plain text box on your computer where you type commands instead of clicking buttons. You tell Muse Code what you want built. It makes a plan, it writes the code across your whole project, then it checks its own work to make sure it actually runs. And here's the crazy part. It can keep going for hours without you watching it. In Meta's own demo, someone dropped in a video of a house walkthrough, and Muse Code turned that clip into a full booking page and landing page, all on its own. Now picture that inside a business like AI Profit Boardroom. Right now, turning one YouTube video into a landing page takes a designer, a writer, and a few days back and forth. With this, I could drop in a single video breaking down what happens inside the AI Profit Boardroom and let the tool build a clean sign-up page around it automatically. One video in, one working page out. That's a whole growth funnel built while I'm off filming the next video. Now let me show you what's really happening behind the scenes, because this is the fun part. The first big feature is called background agents. Think of it like a small team working for you. When you give Muse Code a job, it doesn't work alone. It quietly runs a few helper agents in the background. These helpers stay awake the whole time you're working. They remember what they've already looked at. They remember the choices they've already made, so they don't waste time starting over on every little task. Most AI tools forget everything the second they finish a step. This one doesn't. Here's the business angle. Say the AI Profit Boardroom community is getting hundreds of questions a week in the group chat. Same questions over and over about setup, tools, next steps. Background agents that actually remember context could sit behind the scenes, track what's already been answered, and keep drafting fresh replies without forgetting the last 100 conversations. Before, that means either a bigger support team or members waiting days for answers. After, questions get handled fast, members feel looked after, and that's what keeps people renewing instead of quietly leaving. Now let me stop here for a second, because a tool like this can feel like a lot the first time you open it. That's exactly why inside my AI Profit Boardroom, we walk through tools like Muse Code step by step, so you're not stuck staring at an install screen wondering what to do next. You get simple walkthroughs, live coaching calls where you can ask about your own project and your own errors, and a clear plan so you always know what to build first. If you want to see how tools like Muse Code can automate your content, speed up client work, and free up hours in your week, come check out the AI Profit Boardroom. Links in the description. The second feature is even cooler. When a job is big, Muse Code splits it up. It sends out separate helper agents, and each one works in its own private copy of your project. Meta uses a Git trick called work trees for this. Think of it like safe little sandboxes. So 4 or 5 agents can build different pieces at the same time, side by side, and none of them mess each other up. Your real files never get touched until everything's ready. Mark Zuckerberg even showed it building 6 features for a game all at once with 0 crashes. Think about what that means for content production. Right now, one video turns into one video, but imagine splitting that same job 5 ways at once. One agent pulling out a Twitter thread, one building a newsletter recap, one drafting the YouTube description and timestamps, one building short clips for social, one updating the resource library inside the community. Before, that's a whole content team working all week. After, it's one person kicking off 5 jobs at the same time and reviewing the output. That's the difference between posting once a week and showing up everywhere every single day without hiring a bigger team. Third feature, and this one solves something that drives everyone crazy. Every single move Muse Code makes gets written down first before it happens. Every plan, every edit, every command. So if it crashes halfway through a huge job, it doesn't lose everything. It just picks up right where it stopped. No starting over, no re-explaining the whole task. It just keeps going. Here's why that matters for a growing business. If you're running automations for lead follow-up, welcome sequences, or community onboarding, the worst thing that can happen is a crash halfway through a new member's journey where they just vanish into a broken flow. With logging like this, nothing gets lost. The system picks up exactly where it left off. That means every new lead, every new community member gets the full experience every time, not a broken half-finished one, because a tool glitched at 2 a.m. Okay, back to the tool. Let's talk about the bigger picture for a second, because this actually matters. For a long time, coding agents were mostly an Anthropic and OpenAI thing. Claude Code, Codex, those were the big names everyone talked about. Meta was just watching from the sidelines. Now Meta is in the game too. And when a company this size jumps in, the whole space moves faster. More competition means better tools land in your hands quicker, which means more ways to scale a lean team without adding headcount. But let's stay honest here too. On Meta's own tests, Muse Code still sits behind Claude's Opus model, running inside Claude Code on every single chart they showed. It beats its own older versions. It edges out a couple of rivals on one test. But it is not the new king, and I'm not going to pretend it is. It's a strong, fast tool that's still in beta. And beta just means it's early. Rough edges are normal at this stage. So go in with real expectations, not hype. So who is this actually for? If you write code or you're learning to, this is worth checking out, especially for big, messy projects where you want a tool that can grind away for hours on its own, like building out a member dashboard that pulls together every guide and every replay in one searchable spot. Before, members dig through old posts trying to find a resource. After, they search once and find it, which means less frustration and more people actually using what they already paid attention to. But if you've never touched a terminal before in your life, this probably isn't your day one tool. And that's completely fine. Start simple and work your way up. If you've already been playing around with Claude Code or Codex, adding Muse Code to your toolkit makes sense too. Run the same task on each one, compare which one builds your funnel or your dashboard cleaner, and keep the winner. Let me paint what it actually feels like to use start to finish, because it's simpler than you think. You open your terminal, you type one line to install it, then you just talk to it in plain English. Something like, build me a simple onboarding page for new members. It thinks for a second, then hands you back a plan. You read that plan. If something looks off, you tell it, and it fixes the plan before writing a single line of code. Once you're happy, you say go. Then it starts building, quietly checking its own work as it moves along. If it hits a wall, it doesn't panic or dump the whole job on you. It logs where it's at and keeps pushing forward. You're not writing the code, you're steering, you're the boss. And it's the worker that never gets tired, which is exactly the kind of leverage a small team needs to compete with much bigger companies. That's exactly why inside my AI Profit Boardroom, we walk through tools like Muse Code step by step, so you're not stuck staring at an install screen wondering what to do next. You get simple walkthroughs, live coaching calls where you can ask about your own project and your own errors, and a clear plan so you always know what to build first. If you want to see how tools like Muse Code can automate your content, speed up client work, and free up hours in your week, come check out the AI Profit Boardroom. Links in the description. And if you want the full process, the step-by-step SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases just like this one, come join the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and the description. You'll get all the video notes from there too, plus access to our community of 38,000 members who are crushing it with AI. Drop a comment below and let me know, would you actually try Muse Code, or are you sticking with what you've got? Julian reads every single comment, so I'll see you down there.